Hello there. Welcome again to another edition of Family Worship Night. Well, today's episode is very different. As some of you may know, I recently went through some pretty difficult health challenges. I thought that today I would just share a quick update with you and then maybe consider a scripture to close it out at the end. You may or may not know that I was actually admitted to the hospital a couple of days ago. Over the last several weeks, I've been experiencing some breathing troubles associated with my asthma. And last Friday, I had an unexpected and pretty severe attack that ended up with me going to the ER. My airways were so restricted that it was taking all that I had to draw in any air at all. After using my rescue inhaler and taking a breathing treatment, my airways still were not able to open up, and I finally just kind of gasped at Sandy that I think it was time to go to the hospital. You know, it was a pretty scary trip. But luckily, the hospital was only a few minutes away. And of course, once there, I began the journey of treatments and medications and tests, procedures, and all that. The good news is I am well on my way to recovery now, and I'm very thankful for that and for how I feel today. I still have work to do to kind of allow my body to heal, and we really don't know some of the underlying causes of this, but I am thankful that I'm feeling so much better and that everything seems to be going in the right direction. You know, I'd just like to share my deepest appreciation to everyone who shared with me your concerns, your phone calls and texts, your prayers, and support that you offered in any way. I've truly felt loved and cared for during this experience. You know, I've never been on the patient side of the bed before. I'm usually the person standing next to the bed, not in the bed. You know, whether it's to be a friend or a pastor, sharing love or support, visiting with, bringing encouragement, prayer, whatever I can do. I've always stood alongside the bed, and I've done it many, 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 many times. This is the first time for me as a patient. And you know, my perspective now is very different. In fact, I had the opportunity to talk with one of the nurses my first night after getting out of the ER and put into a hospital room. She was a believer, and we were talking about faith, and we had a wonderful conversation about how God might use this experience in my life if I'm open to listening to Him. You know, she said to me, I really think God has an important message for you as you go through this. You know, since then, I've spent much time reflecting and praying on that, and one thing is clear. I can do more to sympathize with others going through difficult things in their life. I think that I'm a rather loving and caring person typically, but going through this myself gives me a whole new perspective on what it means to face those times of crisis in life. You know, there's an old saying that says, it's minor surgery when it's on you. It's major surgery when it's on me. When I was lying in the hospital bed, there was some fear involved. At first, there were moments wondering if I was going to make it. My breathing felt that severe. Then the doctor came in and I was getting some relief, but started talking about going home on oxygen. And I was wondering if there were some life-changing things that needed to be addressed going forward. Then the strangest thing is just to be lying in that bed, and it's odd to watch everybody else going on with their lives as normal all around you. On one hand, that's what you want for them, but on the other hand, you feel kind of oddly disconnected from the rest of the world. You know, I hang on to these lessons. And I hope to be better in sharing my concern with others when they're going through a difficult time in their life. Every nurse, technician, and therapist was absolutely wonderful. They were compassionate and understanding, and they had this amazing ability to focus on me instead of thinking about all their other patients or other problems that they had going on. I just know that the grace that I received, I want to freely give. You know, 1 Peter 4, verses 8 through 10, say, love all. Love each other deeply because love covers over a multitude of sins. Offer hospitality to one another without grumbling. Each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. You know, we are faithful stewards that have received the grace of God. It is a gift that He's given to us, and He asks us to hang on to that gift, not for ourselves, but to use it and to share it with others and to be gracious towards them. We must serve each other, help each other, love and care for each other. You know, I'm so grateful for my family and my church family. You have truly shown me how to be better at loving others more completely. Thank you again for all the prayers and support, and I hope to be with you again really soon. God bless and have a great night.